Hello, Skipley, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about ablatives without prepositions. Those of you who were there on Friday in class, we did a little bit of introduction to this, but I want to go over it in a little more detail. So this is the grammar that we're going to be learning in Chapter 12. So let's go ahead and get started. To start off with, I want to review how to translate the genitive case, right? If we see this sentence here, we have nuntius patrem librorum petit, which means and actually, let's first find our word in the genitive case. If you're looking, you might want to look at your noun card, but you might see that it is going to be liberorum, okay, the word for children. How we're going to translate this, well, let's look at our nominative here, nuntius, messenger, verb seeks, petit, direct object patrem. Now let's fit liberorum in there. If we go ahead and look at the translation, we'll see here that we've translated liberorum as of the children. We've added an English word there, of. Okay? Now that same concept is going to carry over to our use of the ablative that we're going to learn here. First, let's review those ablative endings. If you don't already have them down in your noun card, let's just go ahead and look at them again. First declension is going to end with a long A and a long IS. Second declension is going to have an O, IS again. And third declension is going to be E, and my favorite, ibus. So here we have an example. See if you can find the ablative words in this sentence. We're going to see that they're right here, septima ora. Okay, if we go ahead and translate that, we'll see that it makes sense to translate it at the 7th hour right here. So we've added a word again here, at. Okay, at the 7th hour, the Cornelius family climbs into the carriage and heads for Rome through the Appian Way. Let's look at another example. In this one, we'll see that we actually have two words in the ablative here. One of them is going to be in villa. That's a prepositional phrase. We are good with that. That just means in the house. We've got another word in the ablative here. That's aestate. Let's look at how the translation has made it. Alright, so we see in this example that even though in villa has a preposition and aestate doesn't, we've actually also added an in into this phrase right here. Okay, this sentence and the previous one with septima ora both are answering the question when. In Latin, quando. When a Latin sentence answers the question quando, we're not going to use a preposition, even though for this one we do. When we answer the question ubi, where, that will use a preposition, but quando will not. Let's look at a couple more examples. Alright, so in this sentence, Vilcus servum tunica aripit quod in horto dormit. Again, we have a prepositional phrase with the ablative, but we also have tunica, a long A. Let's see how the translation is going to use that. So our translation here is the overseer grabs the slave by the tunic because he is sleeping in the garden. Again, we have added an English word into our phrase, by. I wonder if you can figure out what question this sentence is looking to answer. One more example. Sextus solicitus magna voce clama noli cistam iacere. Here, our ablative words are magna voce. We know that phrase very well because I say it all the time in class. Let's look at how the translation says it. Worried, Sextus shouts in a loud voice, "Don't throw the trunk." Again, we've added the word in. That's because this sentence and the previous sentence are answering the questions how. And this is both the how as in how, by what, or with what instrument, and in what manner. Okay, so our question here is how, or quomodo. So the essentials of what I want you guys to be able to come away with here is that when you see an ablative ending without a preposition, you're answering the questions quando, quomodo, or quo instrumento. Okay? When you see an ablative with a preposition, you just translate it with the preposition. But without a preposition, you're going to want to add one of the following words. With, in, by, or at. One of those 4 words is going to carry you a long way for translating these ablatives without preposition. Okay? So make sure you put that in the back of your minds. In the same way that you add of for a genitive word, you're going to add one of these 4 words for an ablative without preposition. And that's it.